welcome back to my channel. My name's Tracy and this is my channel, A World of Stitches. It has been a good couple of weeks, I think, since my last video where I kind of filled you in on everything that was going on here. I am doing better now. The first couple of weeks was really hard, really hard. I think it was because I was coming to the realisation that both of my parents are gone. It's just me, my brother and my sister. That still gets to me. Anyway, I am doing better than I was when I made that really emotional video. But I am ready for this year to be over. As sad as it is to say, it has just been, January has been really hard, really hard. He was cremated on Friday, just gone. It had taken, I think, 3 weeks, almost, for them to pick up his body from the hospital he was at. And he was cremated on Friday. They said they were going to do it Friday. I don't know if they were going to let his wife know a time exactly, but yeah. And they were going to do the wake the same day, because that's what usually happens. You have the funeral, then you have the wake. But we just weren't having the funeral because that's not what he wanted. So, yeah. I ultimately couldn't go to the wake. And this is why I am ready for 2025 to hurry up and go. Tuesday morning, Tuesday just gone, I was awoken about 6:30 by my other half. He was in pain, he was scared. So I got up. He said he got chest pain, but it was weird. He felt like it was a really bad indigestion. His arms were aching, and I said, I need to call an ambulance. And he said, no, if you call them, I'm not going. I don't care. I want to be at home. I'm not going. I'm not going. So I didn't ring one. So we had this to and fro for a couple of hours. And in the meantime, my second eldest, who still lives at home, got up, saw the state his dad was in, and said, look, I explained, he doesn't want to go nowhere, leave it with me. And he went to work. He said, but if you need me, call me. He must have gone into work and spoke to his boss's daughter. She works in the office of where he works because he's an apprentice mechanic. She used to be a paramedic, ironically. And he said, look, my dad's at home. I've left this morning and he's not good. And he explained what my other half was saying, like the chest pain, the aching arms. And she says, I'm not being funny, you need to get him to a hospital. So she told him to go home, basically go home and get him in. So Tyler came home, I don't know, about 9ish, 10 maybe, and I was still battling with him. And he says, I'm going to bed, I'm going to just get some sleep because I've had no sleep all night because I've been in pain. And he should have said something. He should have. But he didn't. He hates hospitals. He's a man. My dad was the same. So Tyler came home. And from there it was just, I said, he's gone up to get into bed. I don't know what to do. So we all then went upstairs and we were annoying the hell out of him. Come on, you can't just lie there, go to sleep. What happens if something happens to you? You know, it just, and he got up in the end. And then when he got up, it was almost like the pain got worse. Really bad. So we called an ambulance. It was here within half an hour. And because the kids were upset, especially Ellie. Ellie was, Mum, you need to call him, you need to call. I know, but I can't force him to go to hospital, you know. And I think in the end, after he came down, even he, I think, eventually admitted, yes, he needed an ambulance. So, because Ellie was upset and, you know, Riley was a little bit... When the ambulance arrived, Rob went out. He says, I'll go and get in the back of the ambulance. So, you know, Ellie and Riley don't have to sit and watch me. Be put on monitors and what have you. So, I waited. They came back. And they said, right, we have a plan of action. The damage is showing on his heart trace. He is in the middle of, I think they called it an elongated heart attack. which basically means it goes and goes and goes. It never ends. Unlike a standard heart attack, you'll get the pain and then it'll bait off after a while. It wasn't like that. She said he is in the throes of just an elongated heart attack. We need to get him to hospital. The damage is showing on the ECG. They wanted to take him to Stoke. I'm not sure how far that is from here, but Stoke is not close. She says, well, we'll go and give them a ring, and I'll come back and let you know if they can take him, that we're going there, and if they can't, where we are going. So we left. We just stood outside for about 10 minutes. She came back. She says, Stoke can't have him, so we've got to take him to New Cross Hospital. And me and Tyler, our faces said it all, because that's where my dad passed away, in that hospital. So when she said that, we just suddenly sort of looked at each other and were, yeah, not good. So Tyler said, stay at home, I'll go with him. So Tyler went with him in the ambulance. Literally as soon as he got there, they were waiting for him. They actually had a lift outside, some sort of lift. They took him straight up to the floor with all the operating rooms on it, and he was whisked straight into surgery, and he had a scrape and a stent fitted near his heart. And then it was just a case of trying to get his blood pressure and his heart rate to come down. So they gave him different drugs, and then it was kind of a balancing act then between the drugs to get his heart rate where they wanted it and his blood pressure where they wanted it. So it was kind of, right, we'll give him a little bit more of that one, a little less of that one. They wouldn't let him home until it was done, so he had to stay that night. But I think he was just glad to be rid of the heart pain. It was gone as soon as they fitted his stent and put him on the ward. But yeah, he stayed most of the next day. I think they let him out finally, sort of in the early evening. Tyler went and fetched him. He does look worse for wear. He looks like he's been in a boxing ring. But he says everything aches. He's really, really tired. So I couldn't go to the wake on the Friday. He came home Wednesday evening. I couldn't go to the wake. I couldn't leave him, not even if the kids were at home. It's unfair if anything happened for the kids to have to deal with it. So everybody understood. I mean, my dad would understand as well. You know. So they bought me a Yankee candle along with a load of other things for Christmas, my dad and his wife. So when I got up Friday morning, I lit the candle for him and I let it burn all day just for him. So yeah, January has been immensely stressful, and it's just, you know, it's given me something else to think about, having Rob go through the heart attack and stuff. But yeah, I'm constantly texting his wife, making sure she's okay, and my brother, who hasn't grieved yet, and that's concerning. It's been 3 weeks this Wednesday coming, I think. No, hang on, 24th, 25th, 26th, no, 4 weeks this Wednesday coming. Oh my gosh. Yeah, since my dad passed away. I've got a lovely little over there canvas print. His wife took a photo that she got of him and put it on had it printed onto a canvas, and when we went to see her shortly after, a few days after, she gave it to me, bless her heart, and it's up on my wall now. Pride of place. But yeah, I have taken where this was over on a wall over there. That's where his canvas is now hanging with his picture on it. And I thought, you know what, I'll put it on my wall so that when I do my floss tubes you can all see them. And I've got another one that's going to go right here, probably in that frame there, but it'll be the other way around, because despite everything, I do have 3 new starts. One of those I started New Year's Day, before I got the initial phone call from his wife to say he's been intubated and his heart stopped. The other one I think I started 2 days later, and the third one I am proud-ish. It's not a standard cross stitch. I've just done this myself, and I'll share that with you in a minute. I'll just show you what else I have been working on, but literally it's been bits here, there and everywhere because I've just not felt the urge to stitch. It's just been picking up, and apart from the third one, which you'll see why in a minute. But what I have worked on, I'm not even sure. I think I've got a before picture. That's not the one, is it? No, this is the one. This is how much I haven't felt like stitching. This is, no, where's my picture? I haven't even turned my tablet on. I need to sort all this stuff out, that's why it's there. The first one is my gamer cell. Thank you. Do you know what? I'll show you that in a minute. While my tablet turns on, I will show you this one. Where did I put the bag for it? There it is. Let me just get this out. This is it's not a printed one, but it is on 11 count, and I have all the months of the year. So I did do a little bit on January, but then I thought, you know what? We're near the end of January. There's no point. We'll just crack on and do February. So I don't think I have a before picture because I just haven't been that hot on doing that. But this is where we're at. I've done a lot of the border. I don't know why it breaks up down this side, but and then I've done the F, E and B. I'm on the R right now. But yeah, February is underway. Let's fold that back up. I've put the bag in there, so I'll stick it in there. Right, now I'll show you, excuse me, the gamer cell. Come on, no, don't do that. Play ball. Okay, view the PDF. Turn it this way. There we go. So this is the one with all the game characters in it, and I'm on the M right now. I've done the G and the A, so I'm actually on the M. Stay there. Now I buried it. I took this one out the hoop because I borrowed the hoop, but I don't know if I have it before. If I do, it'll be there because I might have taken it at the beginning. No, because the beginning of the year is when he passed away. I don't know. But it's all this black that I've done down here. It's on 18 count, so it's 2 over 1. But I need to catch up because I haven't done it on this one yet. So I've actually done all the black in the second 2 legs of the M. So I need to catch back up. Because usually I'll put one down and then I'll pick up the other one and do the same. So then they're both always in the same place. But with me not feeling the best, I just picked it up as and when, and because I haven't finished all the black on the first one, I haven't picked up the second one to do all the black on that one. Right, my next one, let me just move you. My 2 newest starts. Now this one, a random stitcher on YouTube, that's her channel name. She showed some charts that she had, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have that one. So we agreed to start it both in the new year. Now I started this New Year's Day before I got the phone call about my dad. I need to show you guys, it would help, wouldn't it? It is this one, Little Dove's Year by Little Dove Designs, which is a UK company. Well, they're based in the UK. Now, it's on this grey fabric because that's what that background picture is. and it is 14 count, I think. So it's kind of a mini finish, I suppose, but I have done January. It took me ages. This is going to sound really weird because it's obvious. I didn't realise what these were, and I was just stitching away aimlessly because I was trying not to think about other things. Because I think I'd done just this part of the border, not the bottom, the day my dad passed, before I got the phone call, and the rest of it I just kind of picked at over a few days. These are snowdrops, flowers, but I just didn't realise at the time because I'm silly. Yeah, there's a pair of ice skates right there. Quite nice actually. So I've done January already, and I did enjoy doing it, even though it was trying to take my mind off other things. I can't leave the needle there because that's going to fall out. So that's that new start. I'm hoping to stay on track with that one and keep it so I do February by the end of February, and I do March by the end of March. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, hiccups. That's that one. My second new start, this was one I was looking for ages ago, and it took me a while to find it. It is this one, the Stitcher's Verse. Who's it by? Cross Stitch and Country Crafts. I think it was in a magazine. But I paid 99p, if I'm right, for this chart. It's a proper cardboard chart. But yeah, that got started I think 2 days after. I haven't done loads, don't be thinking I've, you know, because it's just been do the little bit here, a little bit there. This is on 18 count, just plain white. Let me just fold these sides in because there's a lot of fabric. There we go. So this is where we are at. I've done the middle bit, no, the second, hold on. The second verse, because the middle of the verse was right above the V, or the A in half here. That's the middle of the chart. So I've done the second verse, one more above and two more below. But I realised after I stitched all of this, this was meant to be done in 2 strands, and I only did it in 1, but I like it in 1. I really, really like it in 1. Seems a lot more delicate. And I think, no it's not, it's similar, it's not the same. Okay, I say that because my third new start, oh my goodness, I don't even know where this thing wants to fold. So yeah, that's my second. I started on the third, I think, and I ironically haven't touched it since. Now my third one, I wanted to do something because, oh, it's not even over here, it's over there, never mind. When my dad passed, we were asked if we wanted a handprint. They were going to ink his one hand and put it on a piece of paper for us. So we all kind of said, yeah. And we all had one. Now my brother, it was a case of, what are we going to do with it? Can't just leave it in a Polly Pocket for the rest of its life. So my brother's done like, he's got this paper for the frame. He's framed it already, but he's got my dad's date of birth and the date of his death at the bottom, angel wings at the top, and a halo. He's got his handprint in the middle, and then kind of spaced out around are photos of my dad over the years. There's a couple of other little details on there. I'm sure he wants to put like a tree on there that kind of represents the family tree sort of thing. But he's got it all framed and it looks really nice. Now I decided, in all my wisdom, I wanted to try and write a really short poem. It took me over a week, I think, and the amount of times I scrubbed out words and I changed them, I took out a line and put a new line in. it took a while. Anyway, I decided then that I was going to do similar to the Stitcher's verse and stitch those words. Now, where's my bit of paper? There it is. Now this right here is the final piece of paper for my poem. I think I got through about three lots of paper before that, with rubbing out and taking things out, putting things in, and yeah. So that was the final draft. Now, it's not perfect. I don't write poetry, but it's okay for me. I like it. I'll read it to you and then I'll show you my cross stitch. It says, I got to say I love you and hear you say it back, though never ever dreaming those words would be our last. I'll treasure those words forever, play them over in my head, as they mean more than every word we've ever left unsaid. Although my heart is broken and time will just move on, if I look deep inside my heart, you're there, along with Mum. I was so proud of that. I've never written a poem before, but I knew that I wanted to, and I wanted to stitch it. And then the idea is maybe if I take a picture of his handprint and shrink it and put it on the bottom along with his date of birth and the date of his passing, and my mum's date of birth and date of passing on there as well. So this is 14, yes, it's 14 count. So this is that poem. Excuse the threads. Let's just pull them down a bit so you can't see them. So there is the poem. Now that first line, I got to say I love you, and the second one, and hear you say it back, it is exactly the last words that I got to say to my dad before he passed. And that was on the Monday, I think, when I was leaving the hospital. As I walked out the room, I said, I love you, Dad, and he said, I love you too. So it was just literally writing how I felt and what happened kind of thing. And then I've just added these couple of little hearts, and then down here I'm going to put his handprint and their dates of birth and their dates of passing, and I'm going to frame it. Now you're going to say, well, you've done that a bit close to the edge. Yes, that's because I'm stupid. Basically, I thought there will be a good place to start. It's got enough, you know, but my brain has not been where it's supposed to be. I forgot that some of the lines are a little bit longer, but I'm thinking I think I've got just enough room to work with for framing. I hope so anyway. So yeah, I stitched the poem. I think he'd be proud. I do. I did that in 2 strands because I wanted it to stand out rather than just be a dainty little thing like that. But that is on 18 count, the other one. This is on 14, so I figured 2 strands would be better anyway. So I did. So yeah, that will be an FFO very, very soon. I'm going to cut those strands off because they're annoying me. There we go. In my thread pot. Anyway, you can probably hear Riley. He's on his headset again. That's that one. I think that's all of them. But yeah, I figured I have done some stitching, so I'd give you a bit of a floss tube as well as give you a bit of an update as to where things are with us. Yeah, it's just every day at a time, while making sure his wife's okay and my brother's okay. I'm waiting for him basically to crack. They've never had the best relationship, my brother and my dad, but as they've grown older, it's like my dad's mellowed. He was quite the strict parent, and I mean strict, and that caused a lot of friction, especially between my brother and him. But as they've got older, like I said, he's mellowed, and the relationship is has been a bit better between him and our dad. So I think he just needs time to process the fact that he has gone. But he didn't want to go and see him in the hospital. He said, I can't, because it reminded him, even though he wasn't visiting him, it reminded him of Mum, and if he'd gone to visit, it would have been worse. As it was, because me and Tyler were there all that time with my dad while he was intubated and stuff, because we spent hours at the hospital after he passed, Tyler says when he left that night, when they took him via ambulance, it reminded him, he said it was horrible because I felt like I was walking away and leaving Grandad again. And that was tough on him. My brother's very much sensitive, as is Tyler. So, you know, but I'm one of those people that I couldn't have not gone. I needed that closure for myself. I had to be there to at least see him before he passed, which I did. I saw him during the afternoon while he was intubated. I'd seen him on the Monday while he was awake, then I saw him Wednesday morning, New Year's Day, no, afternoon, when he was intubated. He was still alive though, but he was out of it. I had to see him. My brother did say don't go, but me and him, although we're very similar, I am a little different. I would have felt guilty if I didn't see him before he passed. So yeah, and Tyler, I think he'd helped Tyler out a lot with his car and stuff, so Tyler just felt like he wanted to be there, he needed to be there. He went to the wake on Friday, as well as my eldest son, Reese. My sister-in-law and my brother both said, look, we'll take plenty of pictures, because there's going to be a few family members there. There's going to be a couple of the ladies that my dad worked with, because he never retired. He was community caring, and a couple of the ladies that came to the wake apparently were, because he always did double up appointments, which means he never went into a house alone. There was always 2 carers required to, so he was one of 2. And the women that showed up were the ones that he worked with the most and really got on with. So I've got a few photos of the wake and stuff. I don't regret not going, because my dad would understand. But if I had gone, the regret may have been the other way around if something had happened at home. So I lit the candle. It was burning all day, and I'm sure he knows that I love him and I miss him, you know. Bless him. Stubborn. Right to the end, stubborn. Anyway, guys, I just wanted to give you an update. I have got 3 unboxings still to do. 2 of the companies have actually emailed me back and said, look, don't worry. Whenever you can get to it, you get to it. Just take care of you and your family for now. So, but I am going to try and get back into regular videos again now that I'm feeling stronger. I mean, don't get me wrong, I still have my moments, but I still have them over my mum even 24 years later. So yeah, I mean, I am doing better. I have my moments still, but I'm way better than I was. So it's all good. It's all good. It's just going to take a little bit longer, but I do want to get back into my stitching and my videos. So like I said, life just goes on, doesn't it? You have to go with it. So okay, guys, I would just like to say I had so many messages left. I replied, I think, to the first, I don't even know how many, but it kind of hit me here. You guys were so lovely. I had to stop replying in the end, because it just, they were so lovely and you guys were so supportive. So I had to wait a couple more days before I could reply to the rest of you. So I'm sorry if you didn't get an instant reply. it was just, I was blown away by all of you. I couldn't ask for a I couldn't ask to be around better people. You guys are awesome and so understanding. But yeah, those messages, they choked me, so I had to stop replying. But I think I've got there. I think there may be just one or two left that I need to see to. So if I haven't replied to you, I'm sorry. I am getting there. But at some point in the next few days, I'm going to get them unboxings done, because I've had them like 4 weeks now, I believe. I'm not sure if I got one before Christmas or after. But yeah, I need to get them done. So they are going to be at some point in the next week or two. And I will get back to my floss tubes regularly, every 2 weeks. Because I need to get back into it. I want to. And I'll pick them up now and again. So, okay guys, I'm going to let you guys go, because I've got upset again. Have a great week, guys, because I mean it's like 4 o'clock on Sunday already. Thank you so much for all your messages. Thank you for watching and commenting and liking my videos. I appreciate you all so much. Have a great week. Take care, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.